This program is brought to you by Bridgestone, expert in winter tyres.
Train yourself to the sweet Italian life. Train yourself on the best ski slopes of Trentino.
Hello and welcome to Eurosport's continued live coverage of the 2015 Alpine Skiing World Cup Tour. It is round 2 of the circuit, early days in the winter season, but we have gone to Lapland in Finland, just 110 miles north of the Arctic Circle, for the second stop of the circuit, the first slalom of the 2015 season. When you mention the word slalom, all eyes and focus switch to the young lady on your screens. Michaela Schifrin, who kick-started her season just over 2 weeks ago in Solden with a win in the opening giant slalom of the season, is the odds-on favourite to win the first of 9 slaloms here in Lapland, Finland today. Schifrin, of course, the World Cup slalom champion, the Olympic slalom champion, and the World Slalom champion, is definitely the lady to beat here today. Let's hear from Michaela Schifrin, talking about her first slalom of the season here in Finland.
Trying to keep the flow that I have, but maybe piece it together better, because sometimes last season I'd have a section of good gates and get that speed up, and then I'd have a little mistake or something that kind of got in my way. So I'm really trying right now to just get the entire course pieced together top to finish and hopefully not lose any speed.
And it feeling more pressure this year after becoming Olympic champion, being a world champion, and also winning the overall World Cup title in slalom.
It's more to think about, but it's not really pressure. I don't feel like I'm going to lose anything if I don't win the overall World Cup. I'm definitely... I want to win the Slalom Globe again, and I want to hopefully win some GSs this season, and I'm going to race some Super G, so there's a lot to think about still, but hopefully I just keep improving. I feel like I'm improved a lot, so hopefully keep going in that direction.
What do you think about the race course in Levi as the start of the season?
It's a tough one because it's so flat at the top and you have to put all of your effort into it, and it's, you know, a sprint, and then you break over and it's really steep for the next 15 gates. It's actually kind of similar to Solden as GS, as a start of the GS, so it's tough, and sometimes you feel like at the top you're like, I'm not going fast, how do I get my speed up? And then you break over and you're like, it's coming too fast at me. So you just have to be prepared and ready for everything and really ready to race.
Well, let's not forget that Michaela Schifrin won this race last year by over 1.06 seconds. And you heard it from the young lady herself. At just 19 years of age, she has this amazing way of staying calm, not letting the pressure get to her. She has won everything that the sport has thrown at her in her young career to date, and will be the racer to beat. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back and we'll be hearing from John Clark, Britain's Olympic ski coach, on his thoughts of today's opening slalom competition.
Klitschko Pulev, live and exclusive on British Eurosport 2 HD.
The high side density ratios of Bridgestone winter tyres have been developed to improve traction in the wet and snow. By increasing the amount of bite edges to help you stay in control. Because we're the only part of your car's safety system that actually touches the road. Engineered with your safety in mind. Bridgestone.
Axel Lund Svindal trains here in Trentino. His training is no joke. He's a champion. Here, his body goes to extremely harsh treatment. Here, his diet is regularly balanced and carefully checked in every single detail. Here, calm and silence ensure maximum concentration. Because for a champion, it's all about discipline.
Train yourself to the sweet Italian life. Train yourself on the best ski slopes of Trentino.
It's more than the driver. It's more than the car. For Lotus F1 Team, the competitive edge is the cloud. Powered by Microsoft Dynamics, Azure and Office 365. The team can gain real-time insights and instantly share information around the globe. When every millisecond counts, staying competitive begins with the cloud. This is the Microsoft Cloud.
Welcome back to Levi in Finland. Nick Fellows and international ski coach John Clark in the commentary box. It is the first women's slalom of the 2015 season. All eyes are firmly fixed on Michaela Schifrin. Whilst we were on that quick break, John, you were looking at some pictures of young Miss Schifrin, 19 years of age, looking a little nervous, understandably so.
Well, to be honest, the thing I was saying there was it's unusual to see her looking nervous. She's so cool, calm and collected normally, but she looked a little anxious. We'll maybe see those shots again as we go back up to the start and watch the girls making their final preparations. She's already had a win though, so she's got nothing to be nervous about. You know, so quickly there, the overall standings, and she's tied at the top, courtesy of sharing the 100 points with Anna Feniger from the giant slalom in Solda, which was the true opener for this 2015 season. So she's in good form, no question about that at all.
Well, what we need to find is somebody who's going to give her a run for her money. This lady on your screens, a quick shot there of Nikki Hosp. Nikki has been on the podium here before. Now, here are those standings. The overall World Cup standings are, of course, the result after the first race of the season. Yeah. Thank you, John, for taking care of proceedings there in Austria 3 weeks ago. Feniger and Michaela Schifrin tying for first position in that opening giant slalom. But there is no Anna Feniger here, John. The Austrian overall World Cup champion from last season opts out of the slalom races and will opt out all season long.
Yeah, I think, though, we'll pay close attention, say, from the end of January onwards. I could imagine if the points are getting tight, Feniger may put on the slalom skis, because she's pretty handy, don't forget, and don't rule it out of any of the combines either.
We also heard in an interview, if you're just joining us live, earlier this morning from Michaela Schifrin, she's planning to race some speed competitions. Could we see the 19-year-old American taking or going for a shot at that overall title, the way Marcel Hirscher does it on the men's tour?
Yeah, absolutely. And both she and Hirscher had the opportunity to interview both of them individually while we were in Solden, and both of them said that the Super G points that they're planning picking up will be considered very carefully. Marcel has already said that he'll probably race 3 Super Gs. Schiffy was a little bit coy when I asked her which Super G she would take part in, but it sounds like she's going to try to grab some speed points. We'll watch that as the season unfolds as well.
She wears the red bib. She will start with bib number 4. She's odds-on favourite with the bookies, Michaela Schifrin. Can she deal with the pressure? She didn't buckle in the Olympics nor the World Championship.